Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Alicia Dreamy, and today we're celebrating Latin Heritage Month with a book review by a Latina, Natalie Caña. The book is A Proposal They Can't Refuse, and I'm gonna put the book the cover art right here. I listened to it and it was so good that I literally stayed up all night to listen to it and finish it. Um, so here goes the number five, the 5 reasons why you need to read this book if you're Latin. And disclaimer, I use Latin instead of Latina or Latino. I, I don't like Latino. It's not gender neutral. It's very clearly masculine. No matter what your teachers tell you, I like Latin with an E at the end instead of Latinx because the X is hard to pronounce for a lot of Spanish speakers. So Latin. And in Spanish, Latinas, Latinas, Latin. Okay. So number one, great narrator. The audiobook was amazing. I'm gonna try listening to it again for other stuff, for other juicy bits. But it literally kept me up all night. I was so invested in the story. Number two, some of the fanfic tropes it had was arranged marriage, fake dating engagement, one bed. I love them all. I love all those tropes. And I hope you love them too. Number three, I love the family dynamics and the family being very important to her, and that doesn't go away, but they do heal from generational trauma. Very much like Encanto, in the sense that they had messed up family dynamics that had to be worked out. And because Latin families are very close knit, we got to get on this train of healing ourselves with therapy, and they address that, and like they're gonna be going to therapy, and it's like a thing that they're working on, and I love that. I love that for us. Let's do it. Number four, love that they were a very diverse group. It's clear that many Latinas, like many Latins, Camila, the main character, is a mix of indigenous, black, and European ancestry. It's not like she does an ancestry test and she specifies all the things that she is, but she's a brown woman with curly frizzy hair, and but she also has a cousin who's blonde and blue eyed. So like it gives you the sense that they have European in them. And then the wife of her cousin is black. So I don't know if she's Afro-Latina or if she's, I'd have to listen to the book again to find out. But like, you get the idea that there are black Puerto Ricans. I honestly think there are other black Puerto Ricans mentioned in the book, but I'm not 100% sure what their names are right now. Anyways. Okay, number 5. How they handled gentrification was so much better than Vida. I need to do a video on Vida because, like, I have so many issues with Vida. That was a show on Stars. I probably need to do a video on that, but first I need to rewatch it, and I don't have Stars right now, so that's gonna take a while. 6, because I'm crazy and I did more than 5 reasons. Lots of references to Latin music that I think are very fitting. Even like a feminist diatribe on Yo Quiero Bailar by Ivy Queen. And like it's just different cultural touchstones. Music is such an important part, not just the food, because obviously Camila's family has a restaurant, so like the food is important. And like I grew up with some Puerto Rican friends, but like I had to go whenever I go to New York. I try different foods, and like where I live right now, there's no good Puerto Rican restaurants, but it just makes my mouth water thinking of the food that I've had from Puerto Rican friends, and it's a good time. And one thing that like a lot of Latinos, Latinas have in common is plantains, tostones. And like, oh my gosh, just like the whole food thing, which is probably number 7. The whole, you know, the cultural touchstones of the food, um, the immigrant experience, which, okay, so like Puerto Ricans are not, yeah, I know they're not immigrants because they're U.S. citizens, but in the story, um, so what is his name? Ian? I forgot to write it down. Okay, so in the story, and I'll put his name here, Camila's fake betrothed or fake fiance, he's Irish, and his grandfather and grandmother moved over before they had kids, and then they had all their kids here. And it was really cute because they had so Camila's grandfather and her fake fiance's grandfather are friends, and they devised the whole get married, so we'll give you what you want kind of thing. And I'm not going to say more than that because it's spoilers. But so yeah, like, you need to read this book. It's really good. It just came out this summer. I actually read this book back in July, and I filmed it in July. So like, I'm not going to post it until September 15th. For like, you know, because I want to celebrate Latin Heritage Month. But I also bought the book because I just loved it that much. So I might do another spoilery review of the book, not just like 5 reasons to read it. Hit me up with questions if you want, and I will, because right now I still haven't gotten the book yet, but I will get it by the time September 15th rolls around. So I'll be able to like reread it again and highlight it and do all my little sticky notes and stuff. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye. Happy Latin Heritage Month.